I would like to thank my beloved subscribers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first day of trial for Recipe for Turnabout. So, last time, we learned a whole bunch of stuff. We learned that the chef of the restaurant, whatever his name was, Armstrong, apparently, he just felt an ex-con who was in jail for petty theft, probably. Yeah. What? I know it happened. I don't like doing recaps because I'm not good at recaps, guys. I hope you guys know that. Okay. There we go. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. No one saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the toffee over, sir. Without honor. Maddie! Oh my god. Detective Dumbshoe! Are you doing alright? How are you feeling? As if you need to ask either question, sir. Don't let him get you down, Matty. It's open it to eat well, okay? Roger. And you. Yes? You better clear this case away. Got it, pal? Matty's innocent, you hear? If you should screw up, I'll be doing some clearing away myself. I wonder what he would do. He didn't really do anything. Although, if I had to guess, he would probably not cooperate in any future case if we were to mess this up. Clearing away some paperwork for your arrest. I don't think you can do that, but okay. I think he's serious. What, he did plant marijuana on us? Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right? I mean, he was also on our side for, the Matt O'Dard case. And, I can't name any others for right now. Yup. So you'll be able to help Maddie out, right? Really? Can you, sir? Of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mess with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? But we do that all the time already. Sir. Okay. We're forming a united front today, pal. You get me? Wow. I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. You like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? Maybe. But my issue is that I don't really have a lot of evidence that Maddie didn't do it. I have a seducer, which feels completely unrelated. I have a debt, which, I don't know, maybe I could use to, show that Gene could have done it. But it's not solid proof that he did do it. And we have the lunch special, which I don't think will help us if we try to feed it to the judge and he gets poisoned and dies. We have the jobbiest things, which, and yes, the old man comes up. I don't think they're very helpful. We have the sports paper. Maybe this could help. But I don't see how right now. We have the newspaper clipping, which I don't know how they're gonna be useful. I'm pretty sure the judge won't care that I was framed. And here's more proof that Gene is a thief. I can only wish. Court is now in session for the trial of Matty Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ha ha ha. Bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Or trusty? What have you ever trusty to me? So, Mr. Dido, your opening statement, please. Mr. Trite, whether your faith in the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. Look at me, I have the... I was gonna say I have the blue suit and the spiky hair, but damn it, he also had those. Shit. I wasn't questioning whether you were... I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you have studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind the mask is a man who really hates me for one reason or another. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on the case once before. Therefore, I won't stand for any irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Now then, Mr. Dido, please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick W. He reversed them. That's funny. Other way around, detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation is now tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's got everything under control. For everyone's sake. I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline the court would you outline for the tour the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Eld. He was a professional programmer. Oh, that's new information. He was on the payroll of Blue Strange Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The tour is substitution evidence. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. added to the court record. Okay, that's an interesting occupation. I wonder if that's gonna be more important later on. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. Let me see it. Wow, what amazing floor plans. So this place at capacity can hold a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can hold at least 8 people per table. Maybe if you buy some more chairs, you can make it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe if you bought more chairs, it could be 16. This is a tiny ass restaurant. Especially since it seems like it's supposed to be a sit-down restaurant. Like, this isn't like a place where you grab your shit and go. This is the kind of place where you're supposed to eat your food at the restaurant. Maybe that's why this place is failing. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poison toffee was brought to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused. Yeah? Oh shit, that image goes hard. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after she took a sip of the toffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, who I hope isn't actually French so he can stop talking, and I don't have to do it anymore. And a regular by the name of Victor Tudo. It still appeared to be a very straightforward case to me. Trey began 4 blueprints. Blueprint of the crime scene. X equals victim's sheet. Added to the court record. Come, detective. Take the hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Dumbshoe, you have your testimony. Yes, sir. You think he's gonna be able to do it? I don't know what I meant by do it. Do I mean like finish her off or help us? When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Eld, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was cyanide. That stuff really packed a punch. And, it feels like Matty Bird might have, had some kind of motive. using the dark aromatic depths of the toffee to conceal the poison. Classy 80. The facts of the taste seem to be ironclad. Do they? Are they really that good? I mean, I guess. Well, no. I mean, you haven't really, like, connected. Yeah, you haven't really connected Maddie Bird as the only one who could have done it. Because right now, there are two people who always had access to his top. There's Maddie Bird, and then there's Gene Armstrong. So really, it could be either one of them. So, like, what evidence do you have that Gene Armstrong didn't do it? After all, he's the one who has a debt. I guess the answer might be that, like, oh, Gene Armstrong already took a ticket. But as I said before, what's evidence that he didn't take two and isn't talking about the one that he actually did win? So, yeah, I don't see it to be either one of them. You haven't really proven it's her all the way yet. Mr. Wright, I would ask that you begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you that wasn't me. I thought the people here knew me. I come here, like, every couple months. The incident... Listen, you just plus everything. Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He is so desperate for that to be true, he practically trying. Your testimony just now, it doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claimed that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said, but, objection. What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective W? It's true. There are two testimonies tie up on that. Yeah, that's another thing, right? Victor Tusto, he is our best witness. Because, like, he is completely impartial. Well, probably not impartial, but, like, he is the only one who isn't a good suspect. Maybe he could have done it, but there isn't really any proof that he could do it. There are two possible suspects, as I see it. Gene Armstrong and Matty Bird. And this guy, he is just a witness. He had no part to play in this. Which means that if he agrees with Gene Armstrong, then it either means that there's intimidation happening, or they both did see the same thing. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on the point a little harder or not? I mean, we don't get in trouble for doing that. You do it. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is a weak at the toffee at Trebian. Huh? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? You look more like a photo to me. Yes. A one-way ticket to Dilkyville. Population, the defendant. What? Why do I yell that? I love how Ditto delivered it. A one-way ticket to Dilkyville. Population, the defendant. Was Ditto like a police officer? Because I can totally see a police officer doing that kind of like a one-way ticket to Jailville. Population, you. Yeah, it feels like something you would hear in a talk show, right? It's so good. It's so good, guys. It's so good. I love that. I want to marry this line right now, even though I just met it like 15 seconds ago. This is a photograph taken near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef. Oh, wait. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place. Wait, did he take the picture? Why? Why did he take the picture? I think the tort willingly that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Wright, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Huh. It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Crime scene photo. A photo of the scene taken near the kitchen added to the court record. So the picture was taken, like, as she was leaving the room, or is this like, how did that work? We understand that Glenn to be listening to the radio. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, wait. I'm supposed to do that. He was listening to the radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told her that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. What should I do? Should I press on it a little harder? Yeah, sure, there's no harm. And what was the victim listening to on the radio, Detective Dumbshoe? Huh? How should I know? You're the detective. You're supposed to come in here with all the relevant data. Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Damn, so that was a literal nothing burger. That's crazy. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get ya, pal. Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I would have to say it's a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything on the table. Salt, sugar, pepper. Objection. Ha. Ha. Do you put salt and pepper in your toffee tonight? The victim took his toffee black with no sugar. It would seem that the poison could only have been in the toffee. I thought we already proved that, but I did not. What should I do? Should I press on the point a little harder or not? Sure. Are you absolutely certain the victim even don't? What the fuck, Phoenix? I'm pretty sure there's a way they could tell if he drank the toffee. It probably would still be in his mouth. At least a coating of it. Huh? Well, what do you... Oh my god. Stop asking what do you mean. You're not the judge. According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Okay, it's probably like in his mouth a bit. You know, the coating of the toffee, probably on your tongue, on your teeth. But also the fact that he's dead. If the poison was in the toffee and he's dead, I'm pretty sure that's good proof. Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I would think. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. Huh? For me? This is the first time anyone ever gave me a gift. I know how sad that sounds. Hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have time to wait, you have time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. Oh, you mean that piece. That piece specifically... Oh, you mean that piece. You mean like, You mean Matty Bird's... You mean Glenn Allen's poison. The poison designed specifically to kill Glenn Allen. Glenn Allen's poison, you might say. I don't know. That was supposed to be a reference to the Emperor New Groove. The only problem is that I don't remember what the line was. I don't know how to say the line. So that's just gonna be a real bad joke I made. This! What the fuck? Why me? I thought you were pissed off at him. You threw it at me. Wait, sorry, I didn't want to chat something more a minute. Sorry, wait, what the... Okay, yeah. Oh my god, it actually moves. Oh my god, mid-fucking air! Did you see that? I actually saw the toffee float to us. Should I be grateful that the toffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, now I remember. All I had to do was look at his burning face and I remembered. This is the victim's toffee top. Yes, the victim's top. Take a good look at the rim. Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a toffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poison toffee that was in the top. How about the fact that it would probably still be in his system? The toffee and the poison. The victim gulped down the bitter death of the Wright belonged to him. Like this! For the record, the only prints that were on the top were the victim's and independent. Toffee Top. The toffee contains potassium cyanide, covered in the victim's and Maddie's fingerprints, added to the court record. Upon a further investigation of this top, we found a certain chemical substance. And what we found was the potassium. Oh, okay. But also, okay. I mean, yeah, it had Maddie's fingerprint on it, but that isn't proof. Just imagine that Gene Armstrong was the one who did it. And he wore gloves. Then the fingerprints don't mean anything. Maddie's fingerprints are on it, but her fingerprint would be on it if she wasn't the murderer. So the fingerprints don't really prove anything because that's her job. Her job is to handle food and drinks. So the fingerprints aren't really relevant. Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, detective? It's, well, that stuff's useful. Eat too much and your history. How much is too much? A useful dosage, 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. Is that not a yacht? I think it probably isn't. 0.2 grams, how much is that? You know when you fob your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much. Ew! I don't want to imagine you eating my earwax. That's gross. Also, it's not a very good description because it really depends on the day. Why don't you just show me a picture of how much it would be with a little comparison, right? How about you put it next to a pencil and show me? Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe got an abundance of. Damn. Why are you roasting him? He's trying to help you. Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And, it looked like Miss Bird might have, well, had some kind of motive. Some kind of motive. Yeah, but if you ask me, it's blown way out of proportion. You know what my golden rule is, detective? Shut out a bad piece of toffee. You can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to shut you out. So stick to the facts, detective. Now, then, what was Maddie Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe! They say she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I mean, I guess that is a good motive, but like, I don't know. There are literally two people here. And I don't know if Maddie Bird has any debt. Like, I guess, like, in real life, when it comes to motive, and, like, a situation like this happened in real life, and the prosecution brings up motive, do they have to, like, point out a reason why they would steal the lottery ticket or not? Because, like, the motivation is basically just greed. And I guess my argument would be Maddie Bird isn't financially troubled. But I get the prosecution to probably just say anybody should steal the ticket. Or yeah, maybe the defendant is just that greedy. But I don't know, why would she do it? Why would she, because I could imagine her taking the ticket and running off with it. But why would she murder somebody over it? How many people are that greedy in real life that they would actually poison somebody? Get up close and personal and murder somebody. I knew it. Like what we heard yesterday too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't any lottery ticket. It was a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maddie stole the winning one? No, I thought we believed in her. Why would she steal it? What should I do? Should I press on the pointy yell harder or not? Sir. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Ha! I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. How? How? That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. Thought. But then who murdered? Because Gene Armstrong has a great motive for taking the ticket home with him. Yeah, so it's so weird. Gene Armstrong wants and needs money, so he murders Glenn Eld. But Gene Armstrong takes 2 tickets. He puts one of the tickets on Matty Bird and gives one to himself. Maybe he just didn't remember what the numbers were? But it's so weird. What? Order! Ha! She tried the Yeti Bird, or waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to court immediately. I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is delivering. Victim's lottery ticket. A winning ticket for $500,000 found during a body search of Matty Bird. Added to the court record. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Matty's person, unfortunately. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. Almost burningly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she indeed did commit the crime. I was gonna point out Jean Armstrong again, but now that the ticket we found on her person, I don't know. I mean, technically, I still think my scenario works. Jean Armstrong poisoned the toffee. Maddie Bird falls unconscious. Jean Armstrong takes 2 tickets, takes 1, and then hides 1 on Maddie's person, and the rest is history. Technically, it still could work, but the fact that Jean Armstrong didn't take the winning ticket, that kind of burns a hole in my theory. At least a little bit. I like an old man who knows the store. There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a pretty credible motive. Yeah, Your Honor, to anybody. If you look at it that way, anybody on this list could do it, or would do it. If you claim that any man is motivated by money, it could be any of them. Heck, it could be the old man. Because he needs a job, right? Why not skip the job and get the money? I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the giant tall of money. I don't mind an old man who's weak to the giant tall of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maddie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, not because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'm saying it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance with one final decisive piece of evidence. He got more evidence than Maddie? The apron that the excitable Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that is not the cleanest apron I've seen. That's shebang. It can't be blood, can it? Ha! It seemed the star of our little play was a little flustered. And somehow she spilled toffee on herself. The toffee? That's not the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the toffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. But it's poisoning. Why would there be blood if it's a poisoning taste? Something else? I presume you mean... Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A shirt carried out right after the incident uncovered this potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer in her apron pocket. Okay, yeah, this really doesn't look good. Now, I could try to say, oh, she was unconscious. She could have planted it. Somebody else could have planted it on her. But I can't keep saying that forever, can I? Can I? A bottle of potassium cyanide in Maddie's pocket? Yeah, and Maddie's plate were the only one on it. Okay, well, people wear gloves. What? Order. The court will accept these items into evidence. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Okay, guys, we are back. Apron, worn by Maddie at the time of the incident, has a small pocket but big stains. Added to the court record. Potassium cyanide, a deadly powdery poison, bears Maddie's fingerprints found in her apron pocket, added to the tort record. There's something that's still bothering me to know. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the tort? Blood stain? What blood stain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood color stain that smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about any blood stain. You don't need to be told, just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? She must have gotten some on her apron while she was taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have supported up a little sooner, detective. Push it up like that again, and I'll have you delay 17 cups of ketchup, witness. That ain't gonna be your default punishment? I think I would rather like 17 cups of ketchup than have to like have my paycheck cut again. I thought everyone already knew what it was. Why? Why would we all know what it is? I haven't seen anything to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence means motive, opportunity. Yeah, Maggie does have all of those. She has the means by just having the bottle on her. I guess that supports the idea that she had the means. Although I would question where she could have gotten the poison in the first place. She had the opportunity to do it. And she, I guess she had the motive. They have all been clearly established. Well, Wright, it seems you really are a phony after all. Ugh, you really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. The drive for the tort, the crime scene, and the findings of your investigation there. With the testimony, a second time. The investigation. Sorry, I had to do it. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Oh my god. Oh my god. Poor Maggie must have passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. But we figured out who he was pretty quickly. And then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Okay, sounds like a pretty solid investigation. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Yep. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. Okay. How did we reported that? Okay. Scary old man, Detective W. There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hailed abuse at them. And siege. Siege. Ha! It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. What the fuck? I guess not even the mighty Dido can avoid being attacked by that guy. Well, yeah, but he handled it like a champ. The old man was the only other customer in the restaurant at that time. He took his time, finding a payphone apparently, so she was late reporting the crime. Poor Maddie had packed out from the shop. It must have been real tough for her. How long was the victim unconscious for? The officer got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Okay, here is one of the points I would say if I was a lawyer. If Maddie Bird really did commit the murder and she poisoned him, why the hell would she fall unconscious? Because, didn't she faint? Yeah, I think she fainted, right? If she fainted, then, how would she do that? Because, if you want to knock yourself out, I'm pretty sure you, have to hit yourself, or, you probably have to deprive yourself of oxygen. But, it would be pretty hard to knock yourself out. And even harder to somehow make yourself faint. How would you even do that? I don't know. And second of all, if Maddie did make herself faint on purpose, then why wouldn't she get rid of her evidence first? She had the bottle in her apron pocket. Why wouldn't she dispose of it and the winning ticket and then knock herself out? Or are you going to say that somehow Maddie Bird felt guilty and fainted from shock of murder? This doesn't make sense. Explain that to me, Dido. The officer got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maddie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would like to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to carry out the search too. Touching her beautiful little, you know what. I would have loved to see Maddie asleep like that. All pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe. Not a professional bird watcher. Wait. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oops, I guess I'm playing red right now, aren't I? The victim didn't have any identification on him. Did he? No, I'm pretty sure I would remember identification. How did you know who he was then? You didn't have any. Are you saying it was stolen then? What, his identification? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents. Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. Okay, hey. Wikipedia writers, note this down. Gumshoe has more than 58 cents in his wallet at this point in the series. Write that down. We need to put that on his trivia page. The victim sounded like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. How? What? How? How are we onto something? Wait a second. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? I mean, you do all the time, but that's not what I was stopping you for. Let me paraphrase what you just testified to the court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. Like, basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Did he ever say it didn't take him a while? Because, how do you know, Phoenix? What if it took multiple days to figure out who he was? Oh, that. He's so let down. He got the whole shagging the shoulders and puppy dog thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. It seemed like Mr. Glenelg visited his doctor before he went to play the end. We got the victim's name from the medical record of the doctor who prescribed the medicine. A plain jettison. That's a reliable enough source for the tort. Well, that's not the only way we know who he is, right? Presumably you check, the records, I don't know, maybe his dental history, his family, his employer. You check somebody, right? Besides the bad. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Yeah, sure, I'll do that. So, the victim had no form of identification on him, correct? Yeah. And yet, before arriving to the restaurant, he went to a doctor, which means he must have had a medical insurance card on him. Is that a thing in Japan? I don't think that's how it works in America. As far as I know, you just go to your hospital or whatever, and then you just they know for you. Oh, that is very true. The fact that it hasn't been found points to one obvious conclusion. The victim's mentor was stolen. Why? Why would they steal it? To pretend to be him and go to the hospital? Ha! True, the victim didn't have a medical insurance card. But why? Because Mr. Glenelg didn't have medical insurance to begin with. Huh? Huh. I thought, a thoroughly miserable young man. Damn! The judge is roasting him from beyond the grave. Man, he's already dead. You don't have to do it anymore. Or sometimes about y'all. A bit of an edge never hurt anyone. We're off towards it, isn't it? That was a dumb question we said. Did Phoenix never assume that he didn't have medical insurance? So what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. But completely empty. Victim's prescription bag. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Trabian. The bag is empty. Added to the court record. Ha! You're entering an empty bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, trite? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? When Maddie was shot, we found the lottery ticket and the bag of poison, the bottle of poison, the shot of poison. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maddie's bird's pocket? Let me check something. Yeah, she doesn't look very hot from the front, but yeah, when she's actually like in like a sort of like lying down side position, she's actually pretty. Like, really pretty. I can see why like that old man is obsessed with her. Isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maddie's pocket? Hey, you're right. You nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. What? Objection. Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Damn, that's harsh. Sorry. So, tonight, someone planted the evidence in Maddie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to, if I had any. It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. I mean, I guess I did propose the theory. But yeah, do you have any evidence that Maddie Bird could get the poison? Your argument is that she has the poison on her because she did it. But where did she get the poison from? Do you not do any background checks on Maddie Bird? Where would she even get potassium cyanide from? Continue with your testimony, witness. That was it. There was nothing missing from the crime scene. Oh, I wonder if there is. Because the lottery ticket was missing, but I assume that's already a part of the crime scene. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Oh yeah, interesting. It's true that those two items were accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket stolen that day? Oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And it's just gonna let him get away with it? It was just $1, detective. I bet no one cares about it that little. Except for Dumshoe, who probably has that little. If I don't find a hole in the testimony, the judge is to hand down his verdict. Dumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. If we can't find any contradictions, if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. And not really his fault, though. He had to work with what he was given. But Maddie and Dumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb, so stupid, so pathetically inept at being intelligent that they make something obvious. Come on, Dumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been. Shit. I don't think I can dispute this. Okay. This line, I really wish that Phoenix asked a better question, I'm pretty sure. Because what did she ask? Wait, shit, fuck. I didn't want to go into story mode. Fuck. I think how y'all was it? Yeah, no, that's not a good question. The real question is, how did somebody pass out from shock if they did the bad thing? right? And that not a... Do I do the bad? Because the bad is identification, but I feel like there's a bit of a, like... There's a bit of a use statement, right? I'm gonna shave before I do anything, first of all. Okay, so yeah, go here. Go to shit here. Oh! I did not think it would work. Okay, go to yo, go here. Okay, so it's not that. Identification on him. I think say maybe the MC Bomber? Because I feel like it might become relevant, but I don't know when. Because you're not really related to anything yet. Nobody is disputing that idea. And yes, there's something. Oh, fuck. Fuck. God damn it. Oh my god, 2! Fucking 2! Yod Sahib. I think I actually do wanna. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Oh! I mean, idiot. The bad is gonna be. Well, fuck me, I guess. Detective W, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony. So small that even so small that even an 18-year-old can't find it. Oh ho ho, finally. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry it up, will ya? You testified that nothing was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officer recover the medication from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribune. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You were too, pal. Indeed. Due to consideration wasn't given to the victim prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most curious thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison. And the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the useful poison itself. Wait, what? Wait, what are you trying to say here, Phoenix? Give me 1 minute. Are you trying to say that the medicine was poisonous? Or are you trying to say that somebody put poison in the medicine? Because those are two very different things. Because one of those could be an accident, while the other one is basically just changing where the poison came from. But the issue with saying, oh, maybe the poison was in... The problem with saying that the poison might have been in the medicine is that the coffee contained potassium cyanide. So unless you're saying that both have poison, I don't really get what Phoenix is trying to do here. I guess by saying that it was in the medicine, he tried to open up the door of how many people it could be. Because the toffee, only 2 people really had access to it. But the medicine, the doctor, the hospital, the factory. All of them could have done it if it's the medicine. But my issue is that there's no real evidence to point to your theory as being true. Meanwhile, this coffee cup also has potassium cyanide. What would be the chances that the prescription would have cyanide and the toffee would also have cyanide? Wouldn't that imply that they were both poisoned at the restaurant? Or something, right? There's not a lot of evidence for this theory, Phoenix. Order. Well, Mr. Dado, what do you have to say to that? Ha. That's all. Ha. What? Leaves the tort the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Odontological Clinic. Odontological Clinic? Odontological? Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Dado? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Eld found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. Oh, that sounds painful. Fuck. You didn't rupture someone's eardrum just by punching their ear hard enough? Fuck. That sounds horrifying. How did that even work? He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside the ear canal, not to be injected. Oh, God. Ew. You have to like, rub it in your ear? Wait, what happens if you go too far? Do you use like a little Q-tip? Oh God. Oh fuck, that is gross. That is gross. How do you even know if you've done a good job at it? Ugh. I'm sorry guys, I just hate hearing about ear stuff. It's gross. It's mentioned in the autopsy report. If you read the fine print, they found traces of the medicine in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in a very, very fine print. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at 2 a.m. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. That was a bad theory anyway, Phoenix. Why are we not talking about how Maddie Bird, if she's guilty, somehow managed to make herself faint? And if she did manage to make herself faint, she kept all the evidence on her? Why not dispose of it before fainting? Or are you trying to tell me that she fainted because of the shock of being guilty? Oh my God, I'm such a bad person now that I did it. Faint. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you telling me that she somehow did not feel guilty before, but after she did, she was like, and then fainted? That doesn't make sense. Why are we not talking about that? Phoenix, you are a lawyer. You should be on his ass about it. It seems that this meditation is irrelevant to the case after all. No. Man, if you don't think of something click, it will all be over. See, right. But I still can't get away with any weak old objection. What do I do? I don't know. It really does seem like the medicine issue is a non-issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Dado made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his meditation while he was at 2 p.m. What was it? Was it the right ear or the left ear? His left ear. Where was the cream applied? Maybe it was like the right ear. I don't know. Wait a minute. That didn't help me at all. That didn't help at all either. Okay. If that's the case, then why was the meditation not found at the scene of the crime? That is a good question, actually, because that is important. Medicine doesn't just disappear. If it does, somebody has to have taken it. Although, I feel like the dough to probably just answer that, oh, Maddie Bird took it. Or something like that. But the meditation question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the scene of the crime. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You know as well as I do that the meditation is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that prescription blood would contain potassium cyanide. No, that's not the issue he's pushing. He's not saying that it had potassium cyanide. He's saying that it was missing, and that it is your job to figure out what happened. It hardly seems likely that the coffee a waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility. What are we trying to do here now? I'm kind of confused, right? Phoenix. Yeah, it is on the IG that the toffee would be poisoned. But the fact is that we have evidence it was poisoned. We have solid proof that it was poisoned. You can't just say, because anything is possible, it means that the meditation also had poison in it. Unless you can find the medicine and prove it was poisoned, what are we trying to do here right now? Ugh. That's enough. Mr. Dado, is the detective the only witness the prosecutor said wishing to call? Mr. Dado? I'm not my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there at the restaurant on the day of the murder. Mr. Tusto, the pigeon hater. Very well. The matter of the disappearing meditation seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. And that is something that bothers me. Yay! Good job, Nick! Yay! Tuttles. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess. After which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! I suppose it means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess! Yeah, you really shut it. Okay. Whew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. Like my line, sir. Knowing my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Okay, we will take the plate right now. Okay, guys, we are back. And yet keep going. We all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Dumbshoe. How did he betray us like that? What are you talking about? Dumbshoe, like, I guess he didn't really help us, but what the hell was he supposed to do? He has a job to do. And he can't just disobey it. Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maddie. He went back into a corner. I mean, the guy gotta do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about your betrayals. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurts this time. It feels like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Dumbshoe. Damn. Especially since she has a crush on her. This must hurt. So the next witness is gonna be that old guy from the park. Alright? Yeah. Mr. Tusto. Lover of waitress outfit and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old drought. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even though never-ending bird seeds. Okay, let's do this. January 7th, 11:50 a.m. Get to the courtroom number 4, let's do this bullshit. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maddie Bird. Mr. Dedeaux, your next witness, please. The prosecution told the yucky old-timer who taught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind. The name is Victor Tusto. Victor Tudo. Born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Tudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Gah! Yes, it is, youngin. How much tall do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did, back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Damn. That's a fucking hardcore line. And that is a really hardcore line, depending on, like, what he means by ancestors. Is he talking about, like, a direct family lineage? Like, he can trace his family line back to the days before the country existed, and they were doing it? Or does he just mean, like, in general, the ancestors from Japan have been doing that? If it's the first one, that's actually pretty cool, guys. Pretty baller. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying bleed. Hey, maybe he can embroider my costume sometimes. Yeah, do you have a family crest, actually? Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take the job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness! Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh, yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Seeds? What do you think these are, huh? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Glamps. Did I? Oh yes I did. I saw it all. Then please, tell the tour. We are all ears. Sir, I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail. She's really getting into this. Witness testimony. What I witnessed. The young man was reading the sports paper. The survey girl bought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. Maybe? I think that's her haircut, kind of. It looks a bit weird, though. But she put something in it. The man took one sip of it. Looked like he was in terrible pain, then collapsed. That deserving tale, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Pretty straightforward testimony. Mr. Tudo, she is not a serving tale. Please refer to her as a waitress. Why? What's the difference? Unless like the judge maybe like survey deal is a euphemism for something? I don't know. That's a very weird sentence. Ah, you're bad than the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones? Newfangled? All these talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the old days slip away. That was hilarious. I love that. I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. I love that. I love how he said that. Like, he literally yelled it out to everyone else. I can only imagine that he got dragged off. That's what I hope happened. But then they had to put him back immediately. All that. So you saw the victim then. You saw Mr. Glenn Eld. I wanted to know if Dutson Blonde retained his championship or not. So he was looking at the support paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the rotation in question, there are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? Well, if she says you can see the victim, but that means you were sitting at a table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? Duh! I go to the place to drink Zalbatino. I don't go there to shit. I don't remember what table I was sitting at. Well, that's not good. Can you, like, imagine it again? You mean you go to the eye and the waitresses? The survey girl brought him a Zalbatino, but she put something in it. Okay. Mr. Tusto, this is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Mr. Tombstone never makes a mistake. I dot every T and cross every I. The other way, bro. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's doping out a waitress. Damn! Phoenix, I know he timed it weird, but you don't have to insult him in your own head this hard. You already got him, man. You already got him. Ew. Okay. Sorry, guys. I saw what the surveyor put in his Javicino as well. I bet I know what's coming up. And something telling me I'm not gonna like it. Press harder. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what we put in the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure, sir. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. She's very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Wait, pop. Give me a minute. I have to do this one. Hold it. Did you really put that in the toffee? You doubt me, boy? She took it out of a small brown bottle and she pulled it in. Well, we are fucked. We are fucked. Put it, she has just been adding sugar. Oh my god, Phoenix. We already know that the toffee was black and tainted with no sugar. We know this. Sugar in a small brown bottle like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? Ha! A bottle like this, perhaps? Oh, there it is! That's the one! That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So, what did the accused put in the toffee? It's clear, don't you? I think it's clear, don't you? We're fucked, guys. This guy is the most impartial witness in the restaurant, and even he's saying that we're doomed. I think we're fucked. He took just one sip. You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javicinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have played every restaurant, eaten the top, then died. What great value you guys had. Congratulations, you have earned the title of the baddest man to grace a courtroom. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yeah, she slumped over without so much as a clip. I felt the Javicino I just drank turn sour in my stomach. Oh yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is... That's the serving tail, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. You said, I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Does she have any particular feature you can identify her by? Particular features? Is it disgracing what it is? Sorry? You can see all the way up to her Her thighs! You know. She plotted to Nathan in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone to wear such a uniform, even me. Hint, 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 hint. I don't know, maybe the game developer telling us something about Phoenix's, sexuality. We don't know. Mr. Wright, please spare the toward any further mental anguish from that image. Damn. Phoenix, you can stay in the closet. I don't think anybody is gonna tear. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess you got a bit carried away. I've just been in the closet for so long. Duh! There were other things I recognized about her, too. He seemed pretty sure about himself. What should I do? Push harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether or not that waitress was Maddie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Cousteau, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would like to ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were used. So, it's still about her outfit, not her hair color, or her skin color, or her height. Okay? Do you think old Sheedy really saw Maddie do it? Well, she probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there. But she was there for the two outfits, right? Not the waitress. I really wish the game had a higher age rating, just so they can say the word boobies. He was there because of the hotness of the waitresses, and not just about the outfit. Obviously, like, guys, please. You guys have murder and suicide in these games, and blackmail and shit. Can you honestly not say the word, hello, body, her breasts, her hips, I don't know, and not about the outfits? I'm 85% sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when the writers were writing this character, they were not actually talking about the outfits, okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. I guess. She makes a good point, though. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Tudosol really was Maggie. That's what we have to figure out, Nick. The young man was reading the sports paper. Hold it. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elwood. I wanted to know. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Probably, I'm trying to figure out what I can do here. Sure, no, right there, the defendant here, you remember her well, there was a whip in her hand. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face. Duh! As if I wouldn't remember that. The witness noted the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. Then he had him do it. That's right. I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. what was her hand color. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There is something else wrong with him, though. There's no doubt you remember the waitlist pretty well. What should I do? I get a feeling there's more to this somehow. Mr. Trudeau, you seem especially interested in straps. Why is that? What? The ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination? Fascination? People have all kinds of fetishes, Wright. We don't need to embarrass the witness. There's always a man of the people dies. Listen you yawn up, Stark. I have got some shit strap fetish. Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual, creepy, disgusting, kinda weird love of straps, Mr. Wright? I was curious as to why he was so fixated on the witness's straps. I said I haven't done strap fetish. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Very well. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Trudeau. And make it strap, yes. Strap, yes. Do you think old CD really saw Maddie do it? Okay, well, I don't believe. Okay, so not much there. I'm gonna trying to find out what statement it. Okay, so finish. Okay, so maybe there's something I can pin him on somewhere. It's a bit. He was in terrible pain, and then He tapped. Okay, anything that disproves that is what I need a look for. So, how do I open? Okay, so that's some cyanide poisoning. Okay. Yeah, no, that fits. That fits. The issue is that pretty much everything lines up with his testimony. That's deserving it, right? Yeah. Wonder if I can, okay, so there's actually is something I want to try. Right, because look at this. It has some stains on it. If he really does only remember the outfit, wouldn't he remember the ketchup stain and the toffee stain? Or is that nothing? I should save. Go here. Oh, yeah, no, that's nothing, isn't it? Okay, yeah. Ugh, fuck. Okay, so do I have anything to disprove that there's a her hair and she drops on her toes? I don't really think there is, because we don't really have anything that could show that. Okay. Oh wait, can I check this? Actually, if we, like, wouldn't the water ticket be covered in, like, coffee stain by now? Okay. Support paper. Okay, yeah. So let's go back. That's the survey there right there in the defendant's chair. I wonder if I can, oh, wait, I remember now. I'm an idiot. Okay, give me a minute. You said I remember her well in reference to the wait. Okay, so I just remembered that one of the statements has a question in it. Yeah, okay. So, the identifying features you described are all things you can see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Ha! He got you there, Glamps. Thanks. Thank you for agreeing with me, Dido. Very nice of you, bub. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but a bunch of straps and ribbons. This is harassment! I'll tell you I'm not upset for straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Tudo, the tort requires that you add details about any identifying features that you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure, sir. This old man's testimony is getting yonder and yonder. And if I can't find the hole in it soon, it will get even yonder, I bet. There wasn't anything to tell my internet about. Okay, well that's a lie. Because there is. But what about her titties? Did you not see her titties? They're hot. You didn't find anything to think. But you clearly see the witness's face. Yes? No question about it. I didn't tell him this one to back down now. Mr. Tudo never back down. That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This had turned into a matter of pride for old Sheedy now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maddie's face or not. If they does, we all need some concrete proof of it. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clear you from the front. Oh no, he's just gonna go back to a box. Okay, aha. Okay, where is it? Here we go. Mr. Tudo. Mr. Tudo. I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would shoot filth at you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looked like after he'd done eating. Have you seen this before? Of course I haven't. My, aren't you a dumb bastard? Do you think I possess something as dirty as that, huh? Well, you half-wit clod. Well, guys, we did it. We have proved this guy unreliable. If we assume that this apron was actually worn by Maddie Bird, and this guy doesn't recognize it, then he didn't see her. Shit. Everybody knows. What is it? Ever since I said, you half-witted fraud, there ain't been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Tudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Huh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means that if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't possibly have seen the racist from the front. Oops. Ew. Ew, his face looks fucking weird now. Are you sick? Is he sick, by the way? Yeah, his nose is red, which in cartoons usually means that somebody is sick. So yeah, I would hate to go to court and be sick at the same time. That would suck. Witness. You can't just oops your way out of this. Ha. Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Was it not before? Listen, Wright. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. I mean, I guess officially, yes. Yeah, officially, according to the records, you're right. That being the defendant, Miss Maddie Bird. Again, you were right. On paper. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison in the toffee top, this old guy was watching. Yeah, but we have no proof that it was Maddie. Now, I guess you guys could argue that, oh, who would it even be? I guess that you could argue that. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Tudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Glamps. You can rely on me, Captain. My knowledge is in perfect working order. I can remember a single occasion where I forgot what bird or a customer wanted. He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blotting it out. Very well. You can't how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Tusto. How many fingers am I holding up? Now how many? Now how many? Now how many? Now what was the order? Tell me now. By the way, if you guys want to replay that part and try to see if you can remember what they are, write it down below. Tell us what you remember about the victim. I remember he sucked it. Oh. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a bloated pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand and a noisy black cat rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the surveyor in question brought over the Savicino. The little fidget picked up the toffee with his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we just had was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seemed to me that he remembered the victim in a great bit of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we to handle this, Matt? We only need to do one thing. We need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. And that he needs to be shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of true? Yeah, it is. But I'm a lawyer. But it's what I do best. I would actually really love a game where like Phoenix Wright, it's just like really openly evil, but like he still is the good guy. Like just Phoenix Wright is a kind of like he just like kind of an asshole, but like he doesn't really do anything evil. He just does what he normally does and pretends that it's really evil. She's like an hour past the island. You bet the toys. Dark glasses to you. One of the engines was clean, but the other one was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He was rubbish to me. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't have told him a pair of glasses. He seemed to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Dodo's sharp appearance. We better come over something sharp and clip. There's no way to see if I can challenge him about the spectacles. Wait, do I have anything to do with that? I don't think I really do have, like, anything to disprove that. We're gonna be on plate right now. Okay, now we are back and yet keep going. He had a newspaper in his right hand. This one. Yeah, by victim. Doodle. Okay. And the noisy black cup ruffling its pages. Can't really prove or disprove that, and my head hurts. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember it well. The survey bill brought the job. Did I click on these already? I feel like I did. Maybe I did. The whole point of it. But hold that place. I didn't get me a find and talk to the nation so but anything will do, even a small date. Okay. Well, that's just not true. Let me, I did click on everything. I don't think I did that, did I? Do I have bad memory? I might. Yeah, okay. It's not that. He had a newspaper in his right hand and the noise. The newspaper was a support paper, was it? That young hooligan. I merely asked him, can you read without fidgeting? Huh? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all the wrestling going on? I need to find out if Dutch and Blonde retained his championship title. It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so badly, why didn't you buy your own? What are you looking at me? What are you looking at me like that for? Are you judging me? Dutch and Blonde got beat yesterday, by the way. Anyway. Damn. You just broke the news to him so fast and then just moved on. The wireless. The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless. Oh boy. And using an earpiece. That's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ear, but I couldn't hear any of it. Was she that desperate to listen to the radio? So wait. So you were trying to read the paper, but you were also draining your ear to hear the radio. So you were also trying to do both. You were trying to listen to the radio and read his newspaper at the same time. What are you yelling at me like that for? How dare you feel sorry for me? I don't think anyone feels sorry for you right now. Then the Servingville interaction brought over the Javicino. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, aren't you? You never get anything done, isn't that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I only saw her from the front or from the back? My eye don't lie. I better not push it until I get some hard evidence. Now you'll fidget with his free hand and took a sip. His free hand? Yes. Which hand was that? What? Weren't you listening before, Trophy? I said he was wrestling the paper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand was it, moron? Ah! Perhaps the great Mr. Wright has 3 hands. I do have 3 aides. I was only acting. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a fleet. And the newspaper in the right hand and the way you blacked out ruffling its pages. Okay, so yeah, but there isn't really anything in here that tells me what hand it was held with. And I can't really judge like how ruffled the pages are. So I don't think it's this one. He was listening to the wire, yes, I think. Wasn't he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. We can't see anything about his ears in this picture, so probably not gonna be that useful right now. This one is probably not helpful until we need to figure out where he was sitting. Okay, ooh, there's a tough one. Okay, so it is on his, what side of that? Okay, so it is on his, is it his, it's on his left eye, I think. Yeah, it's his, yeah, he's on his left eye. Okay. I remember that well. Then the Servingville took the ball over the Javicino. Oh. Okay. What could it be? The yellow fidget picked up the toffee with his free hand. It can't be that one. It can't be this one either. Ship. $500,000, a plan, bottle, medicine. Ooh, there's a tough one. I'm gonna have to dash here. I really am gonna have to dash. Give me a. Oh my god. I am this, sluttiest boy on earth right now. Ho ho ho. Okay, so. I did do this. I'm gonna say. Mr. Tudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was your way of testing the credibility of your memory. I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Can you tell us where it's going tonight? According to Mr. Tudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. Okay, what is it, kindergarten? I would like the tour to please take the yacht. That's a bit W. Oh, I get it. It's just the handle. That feels weird. So it would be his, I'm holding it as it is in the picture, so I would be holding it with my right hand, I think. Yes, and on the rim you'll notice a mark, yeah, by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain, yeah, by the toffee. If you consider where the stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the tea in the top in his right hand. What if he was doing this, and like... I mean, I know there's a weird way of holding it, but I don't know. But how? Well, Mr. Tudo, the tour is waiting for your epic performance. You said you would eat those seeds and sing the pigeon dance. I want to see if he does it. Oh man, he's not gonna do it? Oh, Mr. Tudo, I'm afraid it's simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the part where he came from. Wait! If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty toffee top. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young black was holding the top in his left hand. Oh yes, no question, I'm a good, law-abiding citizen I am. It's that dead young hot boy. It's that dead young hot boy and you spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault. Me? Me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man! Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Tudo, but... Sure, why not hear a bit more? Mr. Dado! But in my 16th cup of coffee. So there's your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Damn. Left hand or right hand? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side and the clean specs on his... The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side and the clean specs. Okay, so like, say that. He kept fidgeting with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the top too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the top. His left hand. We know the victim was wearing an unusual monitor over his left eye. It wasn't a monitor, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean a television screen? God, how old are you? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Turns out he's racist too. Okay, so so. Wait, what? You're wearing the earpiece on the same side of the green spectacle. Oh, left eye. Left. No! That is impossible. It was ruptured. There's no way she should have been allowed to do that. What do I do here? Do I just present his profile, maybe? Objection! I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Tudo, there's something very strange about your observation of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the M, and the H, and B. No correction. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was a left ear without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you just say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Tudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Huh? Traces of medication from his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It was impossible for the victim to be wearing his eardrum in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Tappin? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Pretty pigeon! He said he would do the pigeon dance. Order! This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the rapist from behind. And he claims that the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Tudo, banish him. Ah! A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the top. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the top. This old man, he might drop of milk. Tappin, are you telling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup, in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. Oh, I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his cappuccino with his left hand. Let me pull you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took the sip with the top half of his right hand, then flicked to a left. That's what the old man saw. Objection! Impossible. The victim had already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip. Objection! Which hand the victim picked his toffee Which hand the victim used to pick up his toffee is irrelevant, Your Honor. The fact still stand. One hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned toffee like this. Sadly, Mr. Tudo, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible, and the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving this court, But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Do you have to be so frank? Take this, you pompous old floaty. I'm sorry, Mr. Trudeau. You cannot reach me from there. I am ordering that the defense and prosecution investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Hold it! What the fuck? Wait! If we talk now, where did that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Trudeau. Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbly old man who can't even flush his teeth or dot his eyes now. Oh, hey, you got it? Oh, wait, you didn't get it right. Damn. How is your bad memory my fault? Because I pointed it out. I'm sorry, Mr. Trudeau, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know. What? There's more. To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another class at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? I'm ready for it. The final chapter in this eccentric old man's black book. Sorry, Clamps. I've already had my 17 top. What do you got of you, Captain? I'll give you all the Giovacchino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Mr. Trudeau is still a man. That is enough, witness. I believe it will be Twitter for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet! Much Twitter. I can't believe this is happening. I did the picture. Will you just stop throwing those seeds at me, would you? He gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo toad with that box of seeds. Yeah, it's all being in a video game. The final showdown. First of all, I want to suggest that this might not be nothing, but I'm not too sure myself. The young man slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Giovacchino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the scrap of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh? No, not really. I mean, I guess what you're saying is that the ticket would probably be wet by now. Not really. I mean, it's okay. Wait. Oof. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man? No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Trudeau. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging over everyone's lips in it? Yeah. So what, probably? That's all I can think of. And I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain. You're a bird brain. That's why... You're a bird brain. That's why all you did... That's why... That's That's all you can think of. That's why that's all you can think of. Well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. The final showdown! First of all, I wanted to ask it. Okay, well, I don't think that's the important part. Okay, sorry, bub. I'm going to put you out of your misery. But I mean it in a bad way this time. Mr. Tuso, here's a photo flash of the scene of the time. Huh? So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch! Ow, 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 ow. Enough. If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaner will be here all night. Ah! What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes, go on. The bloated vase. Ha! It was on my table. What the fuck? You are dumb. You're dumb as hell. What? Well, you see, it startled me when the young yad tayat. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table. You somehow associated the memory of the vase falling down with the memory of this guy, and then moved the vase in your brain over to his table. The vase on your table? Ha ha ha. Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my droid came to... Is this just a way to cover... Is this just a way to cover up the fact that you had a boner and probably masturbated there? And that was the shape, boy. And that's how my droid... And that's how my droid came to be completely soaked. What the fuck are we all here for? Can we just go home? Thank you, Mr. Tudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been of any use at all? Perhaps that's something you can reflect on yourself, Mr. Tudo. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else. They, endorsed the witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me. Listen to me. Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I am still not in a position to deliver the verdict. The defendant had not been positively identified as the witness. Additionally, there are two disabilities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank with a left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it. I thereby require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor. the witness we just heard from, he is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly in this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it, if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need plops like this. They're really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are, then, Mr. Wright. There are duly copies. Mine, yours, and Mr. Dedeaux's. Yes, Your Honor. Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Added to the court record. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. The court is adjourned. To be continued. Wow. So, I'm still no closer to fully understanding the mystery behind this case. So, I think we can assume that my imposter is the real killer. But then, how did nobody notice? Because I do not think that Victor Trudeau is a bad guy. He really does seem like just another idiot. Kind of like Wendy Oldbad in a way. So, like, what did that mean? How come Victor Trudeau is so wrong? How come nobody else saw the murderer slip it in? And how come there's all these inconsistencies? I guess we will have to find out next time. Just gonna save all my files. But yeah, now you played the first trial. But yeah, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!
Ja, det smaskade bara. Jag med det är ju